What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome or welcome back to the channel and welcome to your collective Aquarius message. I definitely hope that you are feeling absolutely amazing at this time. And if not, I am sending you all the good energy and the positive vibes that you can possibly stand right now, okay? We are about to get into a collective message, pretty much just looking into like what Spirit wants you to know when it comes to the current energies that are surrounding you. You know, bring you some awareness, help you with your process and things of that nature. Your readings are dropped on Thursdays, so you can catch your Aquarius readings. You can catch your Aquarius readings on Thursdays, and then your elemental messages are dropped on Fridays. So if those are things that you are interested in keeping up with, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Do keep in mind that they are collective messages, so they may or may not resonate with each and every one of you every single time. However, if you ever feel like you need more assistance, guidance, or support with your personal energy, make sure you check out the link in the description area so you can look into the services that I offer, okay? Now, with that being said, let's get into your message. All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts and you know their situations. I ask that you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to deliver Aquarius's message in a way that it can be received with an open mind and an open heart. I ask that you give me the words to articulate this message as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe. Thank you. We definitely got enough to start with. We'll do 2 more shuffles to see if anything comes out right now before we continue. All right, let's get into it. All right, Aquarius. So your first card up is the universe in reverse. Okay, so that universe in reverse, it pretty much is showing up to indicate like you pretty much keep associating yourself with a particular I guess worldly cycle in a sense. You want it to be done, but for some reason you keep allowing yourself to go back into it. You know, maybe there are still some lessons that you have to learn. I wish I was clarifying so I could see deeper into that part of it. But definitely the universe is like, are you ready for the cycles to really be over? Right? It's like, are you ready to see things from a different aspect, a different perspective? Or do you want to keep on, you know, putting yourself in cycles and situations that you're not either proud of or that you are ready to overcome in a sense? I do see with this 8 of Cups here in reverse, it's like this emotional attachment that's been placed. Some of y'all gotta just really be mindful of y'all energy, right? And how you connect yourself to certain people. Because if you feel like, you know, your heart, like I don't know how to explain that. Like your heart is like, I'm over this. But your mind keeps pulling you into a place, you know, where you're being confused or resistant about how you're supposed to move forward or what you're supposed to do. Pay attention to the facts of the situation. It's okay to still have feelings in a sense, but you don't want to be so connected to this person based on your feelings, or even this situation, whatever it is, based on your feelings when you know logically it's not conducive to who you desire to show up as in your future. With the moon card showing up, okay? This was this was something meant to knock you off your block so that you can be able to see things clearly now. Like, instead of being so wrapped up in the distractions and the worldly illusions that are around you, now, right? Like now you're being placed in a position for you to be able to focus on your path, not what anybody or everybody else can contribute or even what you feel like they're taking away. It's really you recognizing and realizing the role that you've been playing and how you can get back into alignment with traveling on your said path. I'm not quite sure like what type of lifestyle you're into, but let me explain, right? Or let me share with you that there is something or somebody for everybody, right? So you don't want to put yourself in a position to, whether it's manipulate or mislead in any type of way, somebody or something, in order for them to get into alignment with what you feel like your calling may be, right? Who you are. Allow those people to be who they are, and then you can decide whether or not you want to actually keep them, walk with them on this path, or allow them to walk next to you on this path where y'all coexisting and things of that nature. Because you've been fighting against it, right? But now I do feel like you have kind of like let your guard down, or you're surrendering with this Seven of Wands that shows up in reverse. You are putting yourself in a position to surrender, which is always good. Surrendering is very tricky in a sense, okay? Because you know that you're doing what's best for you, but then everything around you it's a disruption to what you actually believed in up until now. But now is the time for you to start recreating, right? For you to start implementing the structures and strategies, the mindfulness practices, or whatever it is for you to heal yourself. Okay, healing definitely is a very important part of the process. It will assist you in, really, I guess, re-identifying or discovering, right? Rediscovering who you truly are, who you have been this whole time. But maybe you suppressed it because society didn't got a hold of you. Somebody didn't rubbed you the wrong way. Somebody didn't betrayed you. They lied to you. Whatever the case may be, they abused you in some type of way, shape, or form. And although, you're not responsible for what people do to you, you are very much so responsible for how you heal from it, or how long you even let it affect you before you decide to start healing from it. So, take a step back, like be willing to isolate yourself. And that can come with a number of different things, because in all honesty, there is levels to this, right? Like there is levels to it. Sometimes you may have to just stop going out every weekend, or stop answering the phone after certain hours. Sometimes you may need to go, 30 days without meeting up with your sneaky link or something. Like whatever the case may be, it's a time for you to re-identify self and start tuning in and tapping in with you. Most definitely. So, Spirit, is there anything? Listen, if you ain't got no slinky link, whoever you doing the stanky leg with, or whatever it is, you want to reconsider, right? Just reconsider, so you can pay attention to your body. You can pay attention to your mind and the urges that pop up and where they may come from and things of that nature, okay? So the Empress came out, which goes back into exactly what I was just explaining, right? You finding a way to actually tap into this divine energy, right? Male or female. We all have this divine aspect of us. Show up in it, like tap into it. Society has conditioned you to a way where you can't even see this. Like you can feel it at times, but even when you feel it, it comes off like unrealistic. Okay, it's like, yeah, that shit sound good. Like, nah, that ain't real. Like, based on where I'm at right now, that's too far away. So then you're okay with constantly doing what you have been doing, opposed to you like setting yourself up to become the next best version of yourself, enhancing the quality of your life, building your strength and things of that nature. When I tell you, and I say this all the time, it's not on you, it's in you. Shit, maybe it's in you and on you, right? And people can see that at times. People can see that, and then they will come in and disrupt your whole path, your whole flow, if and only if you allow them to. We'll do 2 more to see if anything comes out before we move on to the next deck. Thank you. So, healing. Okay? Healing so that you can tap into this beautiful energy. Male or female, it's no gender specific, it's just the energy. And we all hold masculine and feminine energy within us. So, live within the balance, okay? Spirit, you know what it is that Aquarius need to hear at this time. Can you please give us the cards, if any at all, that will assist us in delivering this message? Ashe? We'll do 2 more to see if we have anything that comes out. So grief comes out, okay? Grief shows up. And this is you pretty much holding on to the pain or holding on to the disappointment, right? Like holding on to what you thought a person was supposed to be or how a situation was supposed to go. And because you have not really accepted it, right? You can replay like, that was out of line. Like they really played me or they really did this, or, you know, it's some type of hurt or betrayal that is causing you like to feel this grief. But again, you know, it's you're being triggered like this so that you can identify why you even associate the situation or the actions of another person with this energy of like grieving. And it's not saying to dismiss it or to ignore it. It's saying to, you know, identify, process it, and allow it to flow away. The process, it doesn't have to be as complicated as we make it, but I definitely understand, understand, and overstand that if we're not presented with like proper resources, or, you know, if the message is not articulated in a way for us to be able to receive, we kind of like sweep certain stuff under the rug because society tells us to, like, not to really show your emotions. Don't let people in your business. You're not supposed to be vulnerable. People are going to use it against you, and so on and so forth. And if you accept that as your truth, then yes, that's what it is. But if you know that there is some genuine people that you can align yourself with, I highly encourage you to do that, because you need a supportive system while you're going through the process of letting go of the things, the people, the thought processes, the habits and stuff that do not serve you. Okay? Forgiveness also comes up. So the grief can also be because you feel like you failed yourself, or you feel like you didn't hold up, you know, your end of the bargain the way that you are seeing that you could have or should have in this present moment, right? But don't hold on to the past, right? You allow yourself to acknowledge the experience, appreciate it for what it has taught you, and then decide how you're going to move forward, especially in a way that you don't have to keep recycling those energies that you don't want to feel no more, right? With that universe card coming out as the first card, that's definitely a confirmation. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for feeling like you made the wrong decisions. Forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself. Right? You probably holding on to something, and the person involved, or whatever the situation may be, they possibly have already forgiven you, and you still over there beating yourself up. But for what? Like, for what? It's okay to put your pride to the side and let a person know, like, you know, I've been feeling some, like, you know, I've been feeling some kind of way about our last interactions, and, you know, processing it. I just wanted to show up and apologize for whatever it is that you are feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that you can release it. You can let it go. You can release it. You can let it go. And I promise you, you'll feel so much better. Whether they, you know, respond to your message or not, whether they receive it in the way that you expect them to or not, it's still you letting go of it. You did your part, and that's all that you can worry about. You know, that's all you can really be concerned about. Spirit, is there anything else that we need out of this deck? We'll do 2 more shuffles before we go into the closing self-love affirmation deck. Thank you. So I hope y'all are, you know, being able to receive this message that is being delivered, because it feels very, very powerful. And there is somebody who really needs to understand the energies that are being present. More than one of you, like, for real, for real. You're not going through this energy by yourself. Like, you are not the only one. Trust me when I tell you. Spirit, you know their hearts and their situation. Can you give us the card that we need in order for Aquarius to be able to receive this? Thank you. Look. Oh, that's a lotus. It looks like a star, though. Don't that look like a star? On the top, it could be a star. It could be a boat. It could be a lotus flower. Like, it could be multiple things. But I overcome my fears by confronting them. I overcome my fears by confronting them. Scared is what you're feeling. Brave is what you're doing, right? And I want to say it was Libra that also got this card. But they had like 4 cards, I think. So again, it says, I overcome my fears by confronting them. And then the other side says, scared is what you're feeling. Brave is what you're doing. So I want you to really consider that quote at this time. We are going to close out this message. If you have not subscribed, please do take the time to subscribe to the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. I don't want you to miss out on the gems, the tips, the healing, and things of that nature that are dropped on this channel. Friday, you will always be getting, well, I ain't gonna say always. For the most part, Fridays, you will be receiving elemental messages. The topics definitely switch up and they change when we're dealing with the elements. So feel free to tap in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.